777 One Star from Incorporated Kingdom of Maharlika presents Meet the Real Jesus. Did you know that Jesus of Nazareth was a tax-paying operator of the family business? Was attracted to beautiful girls, wine and dine in the homes of the wealthy, as well as slept on the bare ground, ate angel food and talked to spirits, was not born on December 25, owned at least one nice home and probably two, was strong, athletic, well-muscled, and rugged, had short hair. Did you know that Jesus is actually alive today? And here, the morning star will testify this. Welcome to chapter 17. Was Jesus a lawbreaker? Part 4. Hello people and Maharlikans all over the world. We have a brand new topic today. This is very informative. For more clearer understanding, let's hear and listen to this verse. Matthew 5:17 to 18. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Mateo 5:17 hanggang 18. Huwag ninyong isiping ako'y naparito upang sirain ang kautusan o ang mga propeta. Ako'y naparito hindi upang sirain, kundi upang ganapin. Sapagkat katotohanang sinasabi ko sa inyo, hanggang sa mga wala ang langit at ang lupa, ang isang tuldok o isang pudlit sa anumang paraan ay hindi mawawala sa kautusan, hanggang sa maganap ang lahat ng mga bagay. So ayun mga kapatid, naintindihan po natin ni kahit isang tuldok ay hindi mawawala sa kautusan. Ibig sabihin, ang lahat ng 613 na Torah ay dapat nating sundin. Nang sa ganoon, tayo ay magkaroon ng kasaganahan, hindi magkakasakit, at magkaroon ng buhay na walang hanggan, sapagkat iyon ang gusto ng Panginoon. So everybody listen, the morning star will discuss this for you, for everybody, for your clearer understanding. Thank you.
Here we are again at the Juris TV. Thank you for supporting us. Subscribe, click, and like. And so much so if you share to many others the teaching coming from the 77 Morning Star with the coordination with the Juris TV. So, Sabbath, let's continue. Sabbath keeping was a practice among all the Jews, both those in Palestine and in diaspora. In fact, Sabbath observed was very widely among in the Roman world as the host, even among non-Jews. This is clear from the numbers of reference in various writers in the first century before Christ including Josephus. Sabbath observance was so important in the Jewish religion that there are statements in Talmud literature to the effect that Sabbath observance is equivalent to the Abrahamic covenant, and that the law of the Sabbath was said to be equal to all the other laws and commandments in the Torah. That is in Nehemiah 62, Bethesda, Rabbah 23, Palestinian Talmud, Yearbook 3, Daniel 38, Exodus Rabbah 25. This is an incredible concept and highly relevant for achieving the accurate understanding Sabbath observance for all the Christian world. The enormous importance of the Sabbath in Judaism said to actually be the equivalent of all other laws of God is powerful, collaboratory evidence that neither Jesus nor any of the following apostles did away with Sabbath observance as the day of God created for rest. And also worship. The pure scripture primarily for writing often quoted in the attempt to end the religion of Christians to keep the Sabbath. Well, by comparison with the overwhelming significance of the Sabbath, if the apostles have dared to eliminate the Sabbath purely, gargantuan complex would have exploded the major controversy in the New Testament over the circumcision, Acts 9:15.
Datapwat sinabi sa kanya ng Panginoon, pumarong ka, sapagkat siya'y sisidlang hirang sa akin, upang dalhin ang aking pangalan sa harapan ng mga Hentil, at ng mga hari, at ng mga anak ni Israel.
Which was declared to be unnecessary or optional for Christians with relatively minor controversy over how Christians should observe the Sabbath, in contradiction to the customary rigorous regulation of common Jewish law. Since the Sabbath was considered by the Jews to be important as all the rest of the law put together in some circle, if Jesus and his apostles had taught and practiced a total abrogation of the Sabbath commandments, as it claimed by profession Christianity, almost all those who are teaching the Bible, the religious controversy and disputation would have to have filled the Gospel, the Book of Acts, and all the epistles. There was no such enormous controversy in the New Testament church because the Sabbath was not done away. Why then do we not find repeated reaffirmation from the Sabbath as a command of God It is mentioned, of course, in Act 1342.
At pagalis nila ay kanilang ipinamanhik na salitain sa kanila ang mga salitang ito sa Sabat na susunod.
Even in 17.2, in Acts,
17:2. At si Pablo, ayon sa ugali niya, ay pumasok sa kanila. At sa 3 Sabat ay nangatuwiran sa kanila sa mga kasulatan.
but everybody in the New Testament word already knew about or already believed in the importance of Sabbath. There was no doubt or uncertainty to have emphasized Sabbath keeping in the New Testament. Would have been like the proverbial carrying bulls to the New Testament or taking ice to Eskimos. The issue that Jews and later the apostles addressed was not whether to observe the Sabbath. It was always revered as the fourth of the 10 Commandments. The issue was rather how to observe the Sabbath in light of the repressive, restricted concept of the day. The Jewish reverence for the Sabbath developed during the exilic period because the Jews realized that the careless or flagrant desecration of the Sabbath was one of the major causes of their captivity. That is the major cause of their poverty. The profound Sabbath concern continued strong throughout the mental period. During the persecution of Antiochus the fourth, Epiphanes, one group of the Jews refused to defend themselves in the Sabbath and was slaughtered in Maccabees 2:33. Therefore, Matthias and his followers determined to fight in self-defense of the Sabbath. But even then, they would not take the offensive on that day in 1 Maccabees 8:2-16. The book of Jubilee, Amidra's extended paraphrase and commentary on Genesis gives some detailed law on Sabbath observance. While the book itself may have arisen the sectarian circle, it concords with the general Jewish view of the time as known from other sources. It is generally dated to 2nd century before Christ. Among its regulations are not to prepare any foods or drinks, carry any burden in and out not already prepared before the Sabbath, take anything between houses or draw water, and 2:29-30. Other rules include not lighting a fire, riding on the animals or sheep, catching or killing an animal, fasting, making one or having sexual relationship in 50 verse 8 and 12. The Qumran community generally identified with the essence preserved. General regulation forbidden are going more than 1,000 cubits from one town or lifting a more than 1,000 cubits from one town or lifting an animal from a pit or helping to give birth, as well as numbers of the regulation mentioned in Jubilee. One of the parents allowed to save human from water or fire to use an instrument to do so seems prohibited in the Damascus Covenant. When we turn to the rabbinic literature, we find that 39 kinds of things were forbidden on the Sabbath. Mishnah, Sabbath 7.2. One cannot automatically project the statement of the rabbinic literature back into the Palestine before at Domini 70. Recent research was shown that much of the rabbinic material was derived in shape and details from post at Domini 70 time of Jacob, Joseph. However, many of the kinds of things prohibited by the Mishnah are borne out by New Testament example as being genuine practice in the time of Jesus. By comparing the regulation of the Mishnah and literature with intertestamental and New Testament writing, there also seems even to have been a gradual relaxing of the structure where the Sabbath observance in this earlier writing differs substantially from Tanai, Halakha, later rabbinic teaching, Judaism 11:27, that there was a more rigorous administration of Sabbath observance in the days of Jesus than in the time during which the regulation of Mishnah arose. If one thing that the later proverbial Talmud of Sabbath was exposed by rabbinic Judaism was burdensome, they were still less exacting than many Jesus' own time. Therefore, when Jesus was called into account for doing certain things on the Sabbath, it was certainly not for violation of specific Old Testament prohibition. Rather, Jesus was ignoring the rigorous Sabbath regulation devised by sincere, though misguided men. The Old Testament did not forbid one to pick ears of grains on Sabbath and then eat them on the spot. Yet, when Jesus and his disciples did in Mark 2:23,
at nangyari, nalagdaraan siya sa mga bukiran ng trigo ang araw ng Sabat, at ang mga alagad niya, samantalang nagsisilakad, ay nagpasimulang nagsikitil ng mga uhay.
in Matthew 12:1,
Nang panahon yun, ay naglalakad si Jesus ng araw ng Sabat sa mga bukiran ng trigo at nangagutom ang kaniyang mga alagad at nangagpasimulang magsikitil ng mga uhay at magsikain.
in Luke 6:1.
Nangyari nga, nang dumaraan siya sa mga pikuhan ng isang Sabat, ay kumitil ng mga uhay ang mga alagad niya at kinakain pagkaligi sa kanilang mga kamay.
He was called to account and severely chastised because this classified as raping, and their robbing loose the grain into their hands as tracing. Similarly, it was forbidden to treat a sickness when the sick person's life was in no immediate danger. Jesus healing the man with the withered arm was a violation of this rule. The incident immediately follows the one just mentioned, the wisdom of the gospel. Many regulations, some early and some late, are given in the practice Sabbath in the Mishnah and especially the two Talmud. The Pharisee and the scribe were watching Jesus to see whether he could heal on the Sabbath in Matthew 12, 9 to 14.
At siya ay umalis doon at pumasok sa sinagoga nila. At narito, may isang tao na tuyo ang isang kamay. At sa kanya'y tinanong nila na sinasabi, matuwid bagang magpagaling sa araw ng Sabat upang siya'y kanilang may sumbong? At sinabi niya sa kanila, sino kaya sa inyo na kung mayroong isang tupa na kung mahulog ito sa isang hukay sa araw ng Sabat, ay hindi baga niya aabutin at hahanguin? Gaano pa nga ang isang tao na may halaga kaysa isang tupa? Kaya matuwid na gumawa ng mabuti sa araw ng Sabat. Nang matagayoy, sinabi niya sa lalaki, iunat mo ang iyong kamay. At iniunat niya. At napauling walang sakit na gaya ng isa. Datapwat, nagsialis ang mga Parisiyo at nangagpulong laban sa kanya kung papaanong siya'y may puksa nila.
Luke 6, 6 to 11. 6 to 11.
At nangyari ng ibang Sabat na siya'y pumasok sa sinagoga at nagturo. At doon may isang lalaki at tuyo ang kanyang kanang kamay. At inaabangan siya ng mga eskriba at ng mga Pariseo kung siya'y magpapagaling sa Sabat upang makasumpong sila ng paraan na siya ay may sakdal. Datapwat nalalaman niya ang kanilang mga kaisipan at sinabi niya sa lalaki na tuyo ang kamay, magtindig ka at tumayo ka sa gitna. At siya ay nagtindig at tumayo. At sinabi sa kanila ni Jesus, itinatanong ko sa inyo, matuwid bagang gumawa ng magaling o gumawa ng masama kung Sabat, magligtas ng isang buhay o pumuksa?
Note the analogy that Jesus used of hauling a ship out of the pit on the Sabbath, which was worth more, was a biting rhetorical question, a sheep or a man. Was it lawful to do good on Sabbath? Of course. And to prove it, Jesus healed the man by using the analogy that he did. Jesus clearly showed that he was not breaking the Sabbath. Jesus was his impact upholding the purity and holiness of the Sabbath, doing what is quite consistent with his original purpose. To do good, to relieve another from suffering was not only not a violation of the Sabbath, it was actually perfectly fulfilling its profound spiritual meaning that God created for man. Mark 2:26.
Kung paano pumasok siya sa bahay ng Diyos ng panahon ng kakilang saserdoting si Agada at kumain siya ng kinapay na itinalaga na hindi matuwid kanin maliban sa mga saserdote lamang, at binigyan pa rin niya ang kanyang mga kasamahan.
After Jesus healed the cripple of 38 years, he told him to take up his pallet and walk. John 5:5 to 9.
At naroon ang isang lalaki
na may 38 taon nang may sakit. Nang makita ni Jesus na siya'y nakahandusay at mapagkilalang siya'y malaw ng may panahong may sakit, ay sinabi niya sa kanya, "Ibig mo bagang gumaling?" Sumagot sa kanya ang lalaki, ang lalaking may sakit, "Ginoo, wala nang taong maglusong sa akin sa tangke pagkalawkaw sa tubig, datapwat samantalang ako'y naparoroon ay nakalusong na muna ang iba bago ako." Sinabi sa kanya ni Jesus, "Magtindig ka, buhatin mo ang iyong higaan at lumakad ka." At pagdakay gumaling ang lalaki at binuhat ang kanyang higaan at lumakad. Noon nga'y araw ng Sabat.
The man had been sitting on the pallet to protect him from the stone floor. He was not lying on the queen-size four-poster bed and the king-size water bed. Therefore, when he carried his pallet away, as told by Jesus, he was hardly violating the law against bearing the burden on the Sabbath. In Jeremiah 17:21 to 22. 17:21, 22, and 27.
Ganito ang sabi ng Panginoon, "Mag-ingat kayo sa inyong sarili at huwag kayong magdala ng pasan sa araw ng Sabat o magpasok man sa mga pintuang bayan ng Jerusalem. Huwag din kayong maglabas ng pasan sa inyong mga bahay sa araw ng Sabat o magsigawa man kayo ng anumang gawain, kundi inyong ipangilin ang araw ng Sabat gaya ng inuutos ko sa inyo mga magulang. Ngunit hindi ninyo dilinggin ako upang ipangilin ang araw ng Sabat at huwag magdala ng pasan at pumasok sa mga pintuang bayan ng Jerusalem sa araw ng Sabat. Kung magkagayoy, magsusulsul ako ng apoy at sa pintuang bayan niyaon at upugnamin niyaon ang mga palasyo sa Jerusalem at hindi mapapatay."
Therefore, the statement that was why the Jews sought all the more to kill him, because he is not only broke the Sabbath, but also called God his parent, can in no way be taken as even an indirect statement that Jesus broke the Sabbath only in the opinion of the onlooking Jews, step in their own restrictive regulation that he violated the Sabbath.
Before I continue, may I shout out, especially those officers who come for the preparation, the near future, that we have visitors coming from different countries. Those who came from Etsworth are seeking for the 7-7 Morning Star Foundation.
Mr. Angelo de la Peña Perez, Junisec O. Carillo, Jaime B. Castillo, Delita B. Vigelia. All of them come from Manataran, Pangasinan. It's club for them. Especially for those members and officers, for the sake of our cause, to tell the truth, so that they know more about Jesus. Several other healing are mentioned as taking place on the Sabbath. In several cases, Jesus had to defend himself and use an argument similar to the one already mentioned. Disease healed including blindness in John 9.
2 John 9. Ang sinumang nagpatuloy at hindi nananahan sa aral ni Kristo ay hindi kinaroroonan ng Diyos. Ang nananahan sa aral ay kinaroroonan ng Ama at gayon din ng Anak.
Thank you.
So ayun mga kapatid, dito na nagtatapos ang ating part 4. Abangan ang mga susunod pang episode, meron pang part 5 and part 6. So maraming salamat sa patuloy ninyong panonood at suporta. Meet the real Jesus. Ito ang susi ng ating tagumpay. Maraming salamat mga kapatid. Bye-bye. Panatilihin lamang ang laging nakasubaybay.